Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. On July 18th, 2019, I received a 6-centimeter cut along the top of my head. Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. I was wakeboarding on a board that was way too big for me. In fact, it was a 30-year-old man, 6'4", it was his board. I was behind the boat, and I was carving heel side. And I jumped the wake, came over to my toe side, and as soon as I landed, I immediately started carving. And during this motion, my back foot slipped out of the boot, and the board came around and hit me and gave me that. With this, I was given one unpleasant shot of lidocaine right into my skull, those 12 beautiful metal staples, and one brand new outlook on life. I am here to talk about this today because it was truly my wake-up call. I learned 3 things from this incident. I learned the importance of having a gratitude mindset, to stop and smell the roses, and to have courage. One thing that really scared me when I hit my head was the amount of blood that was coming out of my ears. I was worried that I ruptured my eardrums and I was never going to be able to hear again. I was sitting on the floor of the shower, snapping in my ear, testing myself to see if my eardrum was still working. I didn't even realize how thankful I was that for something that I don't think about on a daily basis, which was my hearing. This sparked a gratitude mindset in me. When I got home from the ER that night, it was around 9 p.m. I followed my normal nightly routine as best as I could with my 12 new metal friends, and as I laid in bed that night, I couldn't stop wiggling my fingers and my toes. I couldn't stop doing it simply because I was able to. When the doctor was done stapling my head back together, he sat on the foot of my ER bed and he hit me with a realization. He told me just how lucky I was that this wasn't anything worse than a head lesion, and just how quickly my life could have changed. Successful entrepreneur and CEO of the Hollis Company, Dave Hollis says, if you go into your day looking for what you can be grateful for, you will find it. This is true. I've taken this into my own life, and I try to start every single day remembering what I am grateful for from the day before. Whether it's the little things like waking up to the smell of coffee being brewed or a really sweet note that my mom had left me, all the way to the intangible things like laughing so hard with my friends that my eyes start to water. I really wish it wouldn't have taken a wakeboard to the head to count my blessings every single day, but in a strange way, I'm kind of glad that it did. Sure, the circumstance wasn't ideal, but ever since that day, I made gratitude a priority. To stop and smell the roses means to take time out of your busy life and your busy schedule and just relax and appreciate the beauty of life. It is a cliche, but it is also sound advice for life. A forthcoming study in the Journal of Personality and Individual Differences by the University of California, Berkeley suggests that appreciating the meaningful things and people in our lives may play an even larger role in our overall happiness than even expected. This makes me think of the song 16 by Thomas Rhett. He talks about being 15 and wanting to rush through life and meeting all those memorable moments and reaching 92. But then he talks about a 92-year-old just wanting to go back and wanting to relive all those precious moments that he rushed through. We can all relate to this as we are all almost finishing our high school careers. And whatever is ahead of you next, whether it's school, workforce, military, I just hope that you cherish it. After my last volleyball game, UND's assistant coach came up to me, Steve Reinfleisch, and he said, "Too soon the race is over. Too quickly we crossed the finish line and realized the joy was in the running and not in the finish." No matter what your personal race or your personal finish line is, I ask you to slow down, just long enough to stop and smell the roses. Now, having a gratitude mindset and stopping to smell the roses is great for mental affirmation. Both of those alone can be life-changing, but we cannot just sit around and think. We must do. And I'll now show you a clip from the movie We Bought a Zoo.
Guess I didn't listen to something she told me or something. And I liked her. It's like you embarrass yourself if you say something. You embarrass yourself if you don't.
You know, sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage. Just literally 20 seconds of just embarrassing bravery. And I promise you, something great will come of it.
Dave Cornell, the author of Cultivate Courage, writes, the root of the word courage is cor, which is the Latin word for heart. In its original form, the word courage means to speak one's mind while telling all one's heart. Whatever courage looks like to you, I ask that you just conjure up 20 seconds and go for it. After seeing this scene for the first time, I knew that I would never be able to forget it. You never know what can happen after those 20 seconds. And what's the worst possible thing that can happen? You embarrass yourself? Who cares? The person says no to you? Then you're probably talking to the wrong person. One phrase that I tell myself over in life and in business is, the answer is always no unless you ask. Life is too short to not be thankful for what we have and to not go after the things we desire. I challenge us both that while we are here on this earth, that we say what we feel, we go after our dreams, and we be thankful for the journey. Today I have shared with you what my eyes were open to when I cracked my head. A gratitude mindset, the importance to stop and smell the roses, and courage. Who would have ever guessed that Head Staples came in a package deal with a brand new life outlook?